Alrighty, what is going on, guys? Jesse504 here, bringing you all my week 1 team builder and battle for the SBU. And yeah, as you guys can see, we got some team builder graphics. I had some time lying around one night, and so I wanted to try to throw something together. Probably not the best you've ever seen, but still something to keep us going, and hopefully will help raise the quality of my team builders, make me more dedicated to them, as opposed to like a quick 3-minute thing that I do right before the battles when I have time. And it'll also hopefully make me do them every week as well for you guys. And yeah, this week we are going up against the Sacramento Nidokings, coached by ITZWhateva, or Ant, a good friend of ours, and just he's got a tough team to deal with. He's got a pretty solid top mons with good mons to back it up below. He's got Pheromosa, Tapu Koko, Garchomp, Milotic, Skarmory, Galarian Slowking, Talonflame, Drapion, Gourgeist, Swoobat, and Regice making up his team. The 6 that I expect that top 3, Pharaoh, Koko, Garchomp. I expect a Flame Orb, Milotic. That's his best way to check Dracovish. It's still, plus like the burn damage, is nearly getting to a KO'd. Especially like after rocks, it cannot switch in. Especially if it doesn't have his Flame Orb. If it doesn't have his Flame Orb above, it's taken like way above 50%. So that's not good for it. I'm expecting either just Banded Pharaoh or like a Quiver Dance Pharaoh set. I think that those are the best two. I feel like Quiver Dance takes advantage of the Toxapex that I have that wants to come in on the Pharaoh. And he confirmed to me in call that Pharaoh and Drapion are coming to the game. Drapion, I expect some like bulky FizzDef set to try to take on the Solgaleo. I'm half expecting the Swoobat, just in order to sweep me, because he said he wanted to sweep me, and it's either the first mon on his team or he just did not bring it at all. But the 6 that I really like expect, if he's like going like full sweat, I think those first 5. Pharaoh, Koko, Garchomp, Skarmory, Milotic, and then Drapion are going to be the 6 that I expect to come to the game. But Swoobat could come. If it comes, I'm not really sure what it replaces. I feel like those 6 are solid enough. Maybe he brings the Galarian Slowking if he's scared about my like Torn-T or something offensively, but I don't think I run an offensive Torn-T here. I feel like I need it bulky. And then the sets that I'm specifically scared of, I said like Banded or Quiver Dance Pharaoh. Calm Mind Koko can be really scary, but I'm not sure if he brings it. I feel like he brings a better setup mon in either the Pharaoh or SD Scale Shot Garchomp. I feel like SD Scale Shot Garchomp rips me a new one. I feel like he brings that Flame Orb Milo, like I said. I feel like he brings some sort of FizzDef, maybe Rest Drapion to try to handle my Solgaleo. And I feel like he brings some sort of Spike Stack Skarm. And that's sort of like the 6th team comp that I feel like is coming. So now, how am I beating that? For starters, we got this Solgaleo, beautiful Solgaleo. We got a Calm Mind Solgaleo this week. 252 HP, 76 bold, defensive investment is just, I'm not dying to stuff. I take under 50% from Talonflame, Flare Blitz. I live Life Orb, Garchomp, EQ after rocks. And I just kind of go to town. Got special attack to a KO Milo after +1, and then through the rest in special defense. I'd left over 4 EVs that could go nowhere but speed, so I did that as well. We've got Calm Mind plus Morning Sun to set up and stay healthy. We can set up on Koko, Milo. Those are our main 2 mons that we're setting up on. We've got Psychic plus T-Bolt, really nails his team. And we got the weakness policy because I feel like Drapion can proc our policy pretty often. We were lefties, and then I was like, hey, I think Drapion might come, probably gonna come, and then eventually got confirmed. I was like, yeah, we're switching to weakness policy, and so here we are with the weakness policy the weakness policy Solgaleo to prey on that Drapion. Also can prey on the Garchomp because we live its Earthquake. We Calm Mind up, and then we Psychic, or we live, if we are already Calm Minded up, we live the Earthquake, and then we Psychic and get the Oko on it. Can obviously cleanly KO Pharaoh. T-Bolt is nice for the Skarm and the Milo and the Talonflame. And then Psychic just kind of, and the Swoobat, because he's got 3 flying types, and then Psychic kind of just carves a new hole in the rest of the team. And up next, we've got our Torn-T This is what we have to bring in on guard jump every time. We got defensive investment to live a Life Orb Stone Edge, speed to come in on guard jump every time, Icy Wind obviously for it. We don't have speed for Swoobat. Why would we have speed for Swoobat? That's not a real mod. I'm not respecting it. U-turn out pretty much every time on the guard jump. We need to keep this very, very healthy at all costs. Otherwise, potentially bad things happen. We have Defog just because he has a Skarmory. I was considering being Knock in that slot, but I feel like I need Defog a little more. And we just kind of U-turn out on most of his team. Obviously, we want to keep our boots on at all costs. So we do live that guard jump edge. If the Skarmory comes, if the guard jump comes, I'm not as worried about, or if the guard jump comes no Skarmory, I'm not as worried about the boots, because I don't know if it has room for all the coverage that it's going to need to run for like an SD Scale Shot Rock set. So I'm more comfortable losing my boots if it's just the guard jump. But if the Skarmory comes, which I expect it will, then I gotta play safe with my boots and keep this thing alive to check the guard jump, but also to defog away the hazards set by the Skarmory. So, interesting spot there. But like I said, Icy Wind, it's not going to kill the chomp, but it's going to slow it down tremendously. And it's not going to let it really set up on me unless it raw scale shots into edges me. But if it does that, I have ways to revenge it, namely the Solgaleo if I stay alive, and bluff Shukaberry or something. Will be fine. And on top of that, this thing can take a potential hit from Pharaoh. If like I have to like pivot around and know it's not clicking Ice Beam or Triple Axle, I can potentially pivot around that way. Like for example, if it's like Banded Pharaoh, then it can 2-tap Pex with Drill Run. But this can obviously come in on the Drill Run. And so I figured that it's very good as a pivot, kind of like all Torrentiz are. Obviously, we don't have the Sludge Bomb this week for the Coco, which, you know, Torrentiz sometimes runs against Coco, but honestly, we're not really going to be in a lot of times to get that opportunity off on Coco, and I'd much rather U-turn into something else here. And up next, we've got our Rotom Heat. This mon is really good in conjunction with one of our later mons, which is basically meant to come in, sponge a hit from Coco, Toxic, the Chomp, Foul Play down the line for more chip, Pain Split to stay healthy, but most importantly, it's just there to click Volt Switch and get in some of our beaters, get the Solgaleo in a good spot, get the whatchamacallit, because like if you raw attacks with the Coco and I get the Volt Switch into Solgaleo, I get a free Calm Mind pretty much. If I get the Volt Switch, if I come in on the Skarmory and I nail the Toxic on the Garchomp, we're in a great spot because now that mod can't really sweep me with all the positioning that I can do with my regen cores. And so I figured that the Rotom Heat is best this way, and I'll talk about later what it's really good in conjunction with. But up next, we have our Crocodile. This mon is meant to sort of help out with those two poison types, being the Galarian, Slowking, and the Drapion, as well as potentially the Swoobat, and just spreading around Nox is really nice. We got Rocks, EQ, Knock, Lariat. I was going to be Taunt, but then I was like, I don't want to lose to Swoobat. On the off chance that it comes, I'll be Lariat. And so I get my Rocks up with this mon. I can EQ stuff, and then get rid of items and Lariat things. Pretty self-explanatory what it does, meant to help out with the Slowking and Drapion mostly, resist both their dual stabs, Swoobat as a secondary thing, and just I can in theory live a Cocodile, worst case if I have to, but I could see Shuka Coco coming here if not Boots, so I expect that as well. I don't really know if he runs Boots here. It'd mostly be to not get poisoned via T-Spike from like Pex or Kofag, but I really think that Shuka is probably more likely if that comes, but also just like a boosting item Coco could be scary, and obviously like I said, Calm Mind with lefties could also be scary. But yeah, that's my Crook set, and next up we see the Pex. Pex is mostly for Physical Pharaoh. Obviously Physical Pharaoh has Drill Run to hit it, Special Pharaoh has Shockwave, so I figured investing more into the defense is better. We gotta nail things with Toxics, and then stay healthy, remove items with Knock, just Scald when we need to for that little bit of damage, because Scald does do solid damage to Pharaoh if it's unboosted, like via Quiver Dance, but mostly just nailing that with a Toxic, especially in like a late game scenario, is kind of what I have to do. We can live a Chomp EQ if we have to, land a Toxic off on it. Initially I wanted to be Wakanberry, Gunk Shot Pex, Oko the Coco, but we couldn't really do that. I figured helmet would be better with the potential for it to like click triple axle or drill run. I figured helmet would be better. Shout out to Hacker Killer. He helped me build this team. He had that idea. I initially had the other idea with the Wakanberry gunk shot, but he had the idea, keep me in check, make me run that Rocky helmet, which probably helps out. Obviously, you don't really need Black Sludge as much with Pex. It's nice if you can afford it, but Rocky helmet was probably better here. Also helps out with the Talon Flame if that one comes, can sponge hits from Drapion, can sponge stuff from Skarmory, but that kind of gives it free spikes. Gives Pharaoh free setup if it comes in with that Quiver Dance set, which is kind of what I'm most leaning to, because like Quiver Dance plus Shockwave plus Ice Beam plus Focus Blast kind of nails my entire team. So I figure like that could be coming out this week. But yeah, and then last is the mod that works well in conjunction with Rotom Heat, Momentum. I'm sure you guys have figured it out by now. It is Dracovish. Dracovish is broken. We're just banded Vish this week, because if you look at what we outspeed, Milo, Skarm, well, some Milos, most Milos that want to check a Dracovish are going to be slower. Milo, Skarm, Drapion, Regice, and Gourgeist. We've got Fish's Friend. That's really all we're meant to click. Outrage in case he's some sort of fast Milo. We can kill it with Outrage if we have to. Crunch in case we run out of Fish's Friends. I still think it does more if we go first to Gourgeist though. And then Facade just like in case we get Scald Burned or something if I'm playing a little bit reckless with the Vish. But Vish isn't really like necessary here. It's more of like Gravy on top and killing potential bulk late game. If I am struggling to break, I got this as well. Just late game breaker Vish. Like I guess mid game breaking. But yeah, plan is staying healthy and then gonna like volt in and out with the Rotom into the Dracovish and eventually win with Solgaleo. That's the plan. Let's see if we can execute going into the battle. See you guys there. Alrighty, and we are at Team 50. He does bring the Swoobat. Oh my. He brings Garchomp, Pheromosa, Milotic, Drapion, Coco, and Swoobat. He brings no Skarm, which is interesting. He does have the Swoobat though, so got something that I need to be a little scared of, potentially a little bit under prep for it. I do have Crocodile with the Darkest Lariat to go ahead and knock it out, but I just gotta kind of be much safer with it, and be safe with it in general because of the Drapion as well. But as for lead, Torrentee is always a solid lead, but I actually think Rotom Heat might be the lead here. I feel like he's gonna try to lead something that can prey on like a Torrentee lead, so probably Coco would be his best bet. And I think that this is just my best matchup into lead Coco. A bit nervous now that the Swoobat is here, but I think that I'll be fine. Just as long as I don't lose to stupid Swoobat. Yeah, good luck, have fun to Ant, and yeah, let's just get it done. First game in this league, so got a little bit of anxiety going. Don't want to start out 0-1. He leads Crit Me. That is the Drapion. Cool. We lead Bull. We are going with the Beyblade themed nicknames this season. It doesn't really matter if I get my boots knocked because he doesn't have rockers. I'm just gonna Volt Switch out. And like, if he Toxics me, that's fine. If he gets up T-Spikes, I can just go ahead and absorb him. And he just goes for the Iron Defense. Early on for the Iron Defense. It's a bit interesting. Especially considering that this is like a mon that should be helpful for my Solgaleo. We take a nice bit of chip there. And then I'll just go into the Torn. Like worst case, he does something to me and I can just pivot out again. I'm just gonna click Hurricane, Pegasus obviously, that famous Beyblade. Yeah, I'll just click Hurricane and it'll hopefully go well. We just gotta get it in. He also doesn't bring Galar Slowking. I thought that was a potential mon to come, but it's not here, so Crook is a little bit more freed up because I did need the Crook for that. He switches into Coco probably. Sneaky is the Milotic. And I'll get off a little bit of Hurricane Chip. Is he going to be the Flame Orb? We do get the nice Confuse. He is the Flame Orb, which is obviously what he needed to beat for Vish. I'm gonna just U-turn, get off a nice little bit more chip. He probably just Scalds here. Oh, he makes a double? Really? Okay, fair enough. He has his Milo Burn now, so he gets his Electric Surge off. That is fair enough. Of course, as the Coco, he just gets the Milo burned, but I still don't think that it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it just gets 2-tapped by Dracovish still. But I'm gonna bring in my Rotom. And I'm gonna click Toxic, hopefully nailing the Garchomp. I don't think Milotic comes in here. He just U-turns, hopefully, into the Garchomp. This is going to do -2. Hopefully we nail a nice Toxic on the Garchomp. Could be Drapion, but I don't think so. If I was Rising Voltage, I considered being Rising Voltage here, but I figured this moveset was going to be most useful. Obviously nailing the Garchomp with a Toxic early could be really, really useful. EV Torrent to Live Edge from Life Orb Chomp, so we should be good there as well. Let's just see what he wants to go into. My guess is the Garchomp, but I could be throwing out a status move, so maybe he wants to go into the Milo seeing that, but I don't think you go into the Milo. What he doing? What the dog doing, right? Yeah! Let's go. Hit? We do hit. Perfect. Alrighty. Just want to check one thing. I am Lariat for the Swoop Bat. Thank God I remembered to do that. I contemplated doing it or not. I'm going to the Torn here. If he SDs, could be scary. If he Scale Shots, maybe a little bit scary as well. But we got the thing Toxic, so we'll get the damage racking up over time. Let's just see what his play is. We'll get into the Torn. As he goes for the Aqua Tail, expecting Crook, I guess. But that, we chew it up. And he is lefties. Okay. Kind of want to U-turn here. I don't think you stay in for fear of like a good, for fear of like a strong Icy Wind. So I'm just gonna click the U-turn button. I figured you're not staying in here, right? Yeah. Coco. I'm gonna U-turn. Get a little more chip going. Torn's back to full. I'm gonna go for the Solgaleo now, bring it in. We get the Lion coming in. It's the Leon, another big Beyblade name. I'm gonna click the Calm Mind. We do have plenty of EVs to take on some special hits. If he goes hard Drapion or like U-turns into Drapion is what I expect, we'll be in a good spot. We'll chew up a knockoff, and I will Morning Sun that turn, get the Weakness Policy, and go to town. He switches, free Calm Mind, into the Garchomp. That's fine. Do we live a Garchomp? EQ. Then I might take this trade. We do live Life Orb Earthquake. And we will pop our Weakness Policy, and then at +3, we should kill. Especially after Toxic.
and a little bit of chip. I'm gonna click it. I'll take this trade gladly. We're faster? Why are we faster? Oh, he clicked Dragon Tail. That's fine. Okay, we'll take that chip. And what do we get into? Rotom Heat. That's perfectly fine by me. He did bring the Dragon Tail Chomp, though. He probably thinks we're Shuka Berry now. He's probably gonna click Aqua Tail again, maybe the Edge if he has it. But still, I just go Torn again. Always go Torn on the Chomp. He just gets up his rocks. I'm gonna Defog. He could save this as like a potential sack. Get some more lefties recovery. Yeah, I'm gonna Defog here. I don't think this was a good Chomp. I think Sweeper Chomp was much better against me. I'm clicking Defog, keeping the rocks off. Because I can, pretty much. He probably is just going to sack this off. Maybe he saves a sack, which is also fine. Let's just see it. Just want to check one thing. We just get the Defog off. He goes for the rocks again. Yeah, fair play. Smart play by Ant. It's fine. Rocks aren't like that impactful against me. Is he gonna go down? Yeah, he is. Perfect. Alrighty, I'm fine with this. He's gonna get into his Coco. But I get free Rotom Heat and my mouse is about to die. But that's not the worst thing in the world either because I can plug it in. Or I can just plug in a different mouse. He goes into the Coco, of course. I don't need to focus on that right now. Yet. I will go into the Rotom again. I'm gonna look for my chargers immediately right here, but I don't see. Actually, is that it? Yeah, here it is. I'm gonna plug in my mouse real quick. Alrighty, we get the free switch. He's probably gonna U-turn. He T-bolts though. That's fine as well. And now I'm just gonna Volt Switch. He doesn't have anything to block it, and if he goes into like, I'm not sure what exactly he's gonna go into, but he just T-bolts again. To be honest, the Dracovish doesn't really help me out that much here. Like, it's nice, but it's not necessary. And on top of that, actually, I have to go into this mod again. And then I'm gonna click another Calm Mind. He U-turns. I assume into the Drapion. Is this also dying? My Switch controller? Please don't be dying, Switch controller. He goes into Weewoo. That is the Swoobat. And he gets his Seed Boost. If he clicks Calm Mind here, we'll be fine, because this is still going to do a ton. And I just need it low enough for Crook, and try to force him to take me out early without boosting all the way out. He does Calm Mind, but in the terrain this should still do a lot, and we should be fine. We shouldn't lose to this. This is gonna do a ton. Yeah. That wasn't even crit. and you can't roost this off. So I think this is a crisis averted as well. Oh, I guess you can roost it off, but like, we'll be fine in the long run. Electricity is gone. On this second roost, I'm going to get into my crook, because you have to roost here, and then I'm going to lariat, because there's no way that you don't roost, and I need the positioning. If you click Heat Wave, should be fine, but I don't think you can kill us yet, and that would just be giving me your swoop at. We'll drop the attack by 2. He roosts. I'm going to click Lariat. I have to click Lariat. Maybe he thinks that we only have knock and we'll be fine. But we have knock and Lariat. Because I'm good prep. Let's see what he wants to do. Because at this point you're not saving this Mon. It doesn't help you. He Heat Waves. This isn't going to do a lot. I mean, like, it's going to do a lot, but it's not going to do that much. Don't burn. Okay. Goodbye. The swoop. It doesn't even 2 KO us. Take our lefty's recovery. He probably goes into the Pheromosa here. Which is scary. It's a scary Mon, but kind of just like, if Pharaoh comes in, I kind of just want to like knock it. He goes into the Drapion? What is he doing? Alright, I'm gonna Earthquake. The Iron Defenses, I feel like this still does a lot. If he has weakness policy, so what? Well, we have special attackers in the back. And I still feel like this just does too much to him. And like, there's no way that Pax loses 1v1 to this either. Actually, it might, but like, do I need this for anything? No, this is kind of why I have it. I'm gonna EQ. He rests. That's fine. Is he Chesto Berry? If he's Chesto Berry, it's gonna get a little scary, but this is still just gonna do too much to him. Ant loves his stupid Drapion sets, but I think this is a little bit too stupid still. Because this is still a 2 KO. I'm like, what are you doing to me to kill me? I feel like this was not one of Ant's brightest moments. He probably Iron Defenses again here. Either that or he goes for like, I don't know if this thing learns Body Press. The Iron Defenses again though. I just want to see something. Drapion at level 50 at +4 defense. That's special attack. +4 defense. Earthquake is still doing more. What are you doing? Yeah, I don't understand. He rests. We still 3 KO you. Like what? Rest Talk, Iron Defense, Body Press? Does this thing even learn Body Press? New team. Draco doesn't even learn Body Press. What are you doing? My Crook's getting back to full on this Mon, pretty much. He's just giving me an opportunity to heal my Crook. And I am very confused. I'm also up like 2 minutes on timer. Did you like misclick, want to go Pharaoh or something? Because that's your first sleep turn gone. And you just want to save like a low health sleeping Drapion? I'm very confused. But I'll EQ again. Still asleep. We get the EQ off. And it goes down. I'm very confused. So there's rest, iron, defense. I have to ask him what his other moves were, because that sequence made no sense. I'm so confused. But we will see. So now we just have a full health Crocodile. The only thing we gained from that is just like a bunch of health on our Crook. We didn't lose anything other than a couple Earthquake PP. But we don't really need it that much anymore anyways. Snacky the Milo. Like, I set up on this thing with Solgaleo. I can probably kill it with Drake. Actually, I can't really kill it with Dracovish anymore. I kind of just want to like get rocks, but I kind of also want to preserve 6-0 at this point, which is really sad. But I'm gonna just like get into my Solgaleo. I can, once again, I think I can set up on this Pokemon, unless he's also Dragon Tail here. This is why Flame Ward Milo is so bad. Just lets like the rest of my team prey on it. He recovers, that's fine. This is free Calm Mind. What are his last three? It's Milo, Pharaoh, Coco. Calm Mind. And then I'll just Psychic down the rest of his team pretty much. Because like if we get into like, if he lets me set up on this, then I'm pretty sure we just 6-0. If he doesn't let me set up on this, unless he's like Dragon Tail on this as well. Let's see. We get our Calm Mind off. See how much he does. He just scalds me, that's fine. How much does this do? Like nothing. You burn me, that's still fine. I'm gonna get one more, and then I'll Morning Sun up. Calm Mind. If he's Dragon Tail, he Dragon Tails me here. But I think he was Dragon Tail Chomp. I don't know if he's gonna be Dragon Tail on this as well. Maybe just Scalds. He burns me, that's fine. I just Morning Sun here. And then just T-Bolt twice, kill the spawn, Psychic for the rest, and we should have game. Yeah, especially after that flip turn. It's gonna do -2. And then we'll see what he wants to go into. Probably needs to go like Pheromosa for anything, for any progress to be pushed. This is like +2 Solgaleo. Yeah. Like what? Level 50. You have to be Sash for anything to happen. And then you'd have to Focus Blast. This isn't gonna kill me. I'm +2 Spadef. Even if you're like Spect or something, this does nothing. I chew it. You're not Sash. Coco should die to a Psychic as well. And then we should just be able to beat Milo. Long way, or a short way. We'll see how Ant wants to do this. Coco comes in next. And then we're faster than the Milo, so we just Psychic this Mon, and then we can recover on the Milo if we need to. But T-Bolt does not kill me. Alrighty. And then we should just be able to heal up on the Milo, make sure that everything ends fine for us. and we should be good. We'll take our time with this end, finish it out with a 6-0. It's impossible for us to lose this game. We just finish it out safely. Because I'm not sure how Ant's EV'd his Milo. This could get annoying in the end if he spams recover and stuff. But I don't think he will. Yeah. Didn't even have to go into my packs once this game. So free. Alrighty. And we should just click T-Bolt and be good to close out the game. Oh, that just kills. Perfect. Cool. Alrighty, well, good game, and we love to go week 1 with a 6-0. I think I'm pretty happy with how I played. I played fine. I'm not sure that there's any necessarily like misplays. I think maybe from his end he could be like that Solgaleo play was iffier like early on. I'm really confused about what he did with the Drapion, to be completely honest, but yeah. Good game, Ant, and it was a fun one, and always a great way to start out with a 6-0 victory. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, SwSh out. Peace.